Shalom. Welcome to Who Done It.
Today we'll be talking about the Dyatlov pass effect. On January 26, 1959, 9 Russian students embarked on a journey across the Ural Mountains for a cross-country skiing trip. 8 days after they were due to return to their end destination, a search party had to be sent out to find them.
Why 8 days?
Why? So it was a massive month or 2 month, I don't know how long for sure, trip, and so they never returned to their end destination.
Well, I guess this is a different time period too. So, because in more modern times, after 48 hours, if someone's been missing, they're gonna call the police.
Yeah.
But you also said this is a massive ski trip, and you know how college kids are on their trips.
True, they're probably getting a little bit of the freak on. But these are also experienced mountaineers. They're not your average student just going on a tree. They do this ever so often.
Mm-hmm.
They're experienced, they know what they're doing, so they're all able to be left alone. So, and also in skiing trips, you can get backed up if there's bad weather, if something happens. So there's just those times where you could be a day or two late, depending.
Mm-hmm.
But after 8 days, they still haven't shown up.
Yeah, so that is excessive.
Yes, true. On February 26th, the search party came across remains of a tent. The tent was ripped from the inside out, indicating that the people inside were trying to flee in panic.
How can you tell when a tent is ripped from the inside out?
I'm not experienced with that, but I bet experts there's a way to tell, the cut pattern or maybe the seams.
Oh yeah, because seams on your t-shirt, they're funky on the difference. Yeah.
Cut patterns with knives and all that, you can tell. So much like a bullet at the exit entrance, I assume whichever way that you cut it would be the
probably
same way. But I don't know.
Don't quote us.
Yeah, I'm not an expert at this stuff, so I don't know fully, I don't go cutting tents open for a living.
Don't cut anything open for a living. So, well, I don't know if you do, but I don't. Or do I?
Don't know about my side business. But also, footprints around the tent indicated those who fled in panic into sub-zero temperature were in just socks or barefoot.
So they were really...
Yeah. They were getting...
They got interrupted into something.
Guys probably has blue balls.
Oh, poor man! God dang it.
But 2 bodies were found under a pine tree that had the branches snapped off up to almost 15 feet, indicating the pair had attempted to climb the tree.
So, are they saying that they fell? They climbed up to the 15 feet and then fell?
It was not indicated on that. It just showed that they were trying to climb it up, safety to get away from something or someone. Weird part, though, the 2 were naked except for their underwear.
There's a lot of nakedness in this.
Yes. Well, what do you expect when you have a bunch of students alone on a trip with no adult supervision?
Were there males and females, or is this just, completely homo?
It did not say. It just said 9 Russian students, but, whatever they were into,
Yeah, true.
Either way,
Yeah.
Orgy. Nearby, 3 more bodies were found under 4 inches of snow, 200 feet apart from each other in a straight line, suggesting that these people were trying to crawl back to their tent for safety.
Okay, it's just weird that they're spaced out. But the fact that they're under, you said 4 inches?
4 inches of snow.
Yeah, they're under 4 inches of snow.
Mm-hmm.
So does that mean that it snowed on just these 3 sets of bodies, but not the other 2? Or were they buried? They were purposely laid out to make it look like they're trying to go back to the camp.
So just
a
setup?
Yeah.
Could be. It never indicated that they were just buried under 4 inches of snow. So either they were left there for a little bit, they could have been dead before the other two, because the other two by the tree were not buried.
That is so weird.
2 months later, the remaining bodies were found under 15 feet of snow. Some with broken bones and severe internal injuries, but no external injuries, not even a scratch.
First of all, why did it take so long to find these other bodies? Second of all, what kind of stuff are you getting into that you only have internal damage and no external damage?
Not for sure. So it took probably a little bit longer because they were buried under so much snow. I do remember reading that the people dug their own thing to into the snow because it could be their own little den where they got covered over. So they did that themselves. They could have also snow after a while. But they dug their own dens into the snow to probably keep warm.
Try to keep warm, yeah.
Yes. For the only internal and not external, I'm not entirely sure for that. Obviously broken bones and stuff, you will get some bruising and stuff for that, but that's obviously, if you fall or someone hits you or something. But even if you are repeatedly beaten, suggested,
yeah,
you would still have external
bruises and
bruising and so forth that.
Yeah.
If the bodies are dead, the bruising should still be there, especially because the bodies were contained in snow, a cold environment.
Yeah.
So I'm not entirely sure what could have happened with that. It did not suggest what kind of internal damages were done, so it could have been from something of a collapsed lung or something.
Alcohol poisoning.
Yeah, some type of poisoning. It did not specify what it could have been.
Could be anything.
But even stranger part, though, high level of radiation was found on some of the clothing.
Where do you get radiation in a mountain?
That's also something to think about, Could be, secret government thing,
We are in the midst of the Cold War here.
But post-mortem exams of the body came up with a string of anomalies. I mean, what could cause 9 experienced mountaineers to run into sub-zero temperature? And why were some of them clothed and others almost or completely naked? Last thing, one of the bodies were found missing the tongue and both eyeballs.
Oh, okay, that's just weird, because which one was this? Was this one that was found later or one that was found earlier?
It was one that was found earlier. It was one of the 3 that were found, in a straight line.
And they were buried by some snow, right?
Yes, it was one of those 3.
So it's not like some bird's just going to come and pick out the eyeballs or the tongue or anything, and hypothermia doesn't act on the tongue so much, right?
No, it would be, so, hypothermia would be, obviously, if you're standing up, it would work on your feet and your toes first, and then it would spread throughout your leg.
Yeah, because it's the most distal part.
Yes. Now, unless, you're using your hands a lot or something, digging in the snow, then, yeah, your hands throughout that and then going up. But, no, not your eyes or tongue. You will not get it. You could get it on your nose or face.
Yeah.
I don't see it. I've never heard cases of hypothermia on eyes or tongue, but again, could be wrong.
Yeah.
Not in this situation. And since they were buried in snow, obviously birds couldn't get it. Plus, they were in high
altitude.
High sub-zero temperatures and altitude. So only very few could survive in that temperature.
That's weird.
Yes, but popular theories: avalanche, Russian military, secret weapons. And then there was even some with Yetis and alien abductions. But none could explain what happened in the night of the Mound of the Dead.
So, what do you think happened?
See, I want to have, some, I want to believe, aliens and Yetis and stuff like that. Because, there's always that, controversy of whether, it is real or not. which I believe in aliens. I'm not so much sure about Yeti stuff.
Yeah, Yetis are foggy.
That's a gray area.
It's a different topic, different story.
I don't believe they would have, for the fact of I don't see a reason why aliens would abduct these 9 Russian students and then kill them and then put them back on, like the planet.
Yeah, that is weird.
Like, if they're just gonna abduct these random people and then kill them, then why bring them back?
Yeah, seriously. Just,
like, have them be missing. If anything, like, some military involvement, secret weapons, anything like that, because they would explain the radiation. Maybe, like, they got radiation on them, and they started freaking out, and then they tore the thing open. That could explain it.
You know what else could explain the radiation? The mafia.
How does the mafia explain?
Okay, well, so, let's see. There's this guy, I don't remember what his name is or anything, or anybody who was really involved, but...
He's legit.
He did something to make Putin mad. Putin and a whole bunch of other people in the Russian mafia. So they went out to go kill this guy, and the 2 people who weren't supposed to go out with him, go out to dinner. They had traces of radiation on him, and the guy had traces of radiation inside of his body, and that's how they determined that he died. And that these 2 people had, every place that they'd went, they had left traces of radiation. So it's like pouring out their sleeves, they had so much radiation. So, mafia. Either that or just like a giant government cover-up because maybe these kids were secret American spies helping the Americans.
Explain why, they cut out the eyeballs and tongue, and then left them, like, no clothes, humiliation and all that. Just explain it.
It would explain why they cut out from the inside of the tent, too, because, you'd have had these other 3 kids who had ran away and they found the trouble. So they yelled back, and somehow, how far were they, you said? Like, 150 yards? Is that what you said?
Oh, 3, like, apart from each other, or apart from the people found in the tree?
Apart from the people found in the tree.
It was 350.
Is that far enough to, like, still be able to hear?
Hear each other?
Yeah.
I mean, they would have to be extremely yelling and good hearing.
Or maybe if they did climb up the tree, they saw them coming, so they tried to get down the tree as quickly as possible, so they could, and that's how they fell and died.
Could be.
But it still doesn't explain those other 2 who were off by themselves, found 2 months later.
Well, it would have been the other 4, because it was 9 total. And then 5 were already found.
I don't know how to do math, so I wasn't paying that much attention. I thought you said 2, so.
I never said a number, but yeah.
That's why, I just assumed things.
So all of them were either barefoot or just had their socks on. Like, none had shoes on.
So yeah, I was definitely trying to get out as fast as possible.
And only the 2 by the tree were completely naked. The other ones all had their clothes on.
Interesting.
And then you had the one with no eyes, no tongue. And then you had them in various spots. And you have to think that these kids who are experienced mountaineers, if they were in sort of trouble, instead of going down the mountain where, like they could meet people, they went up into, sub-zero temperature, higher altitude and all that.
So, say this was foul play.
Yeah.
Do you think that whoever killed these kids dragged them back up the mountain to try to make it, like, cover it up?
Maybe, to, delay maybe the bodies ever even being found.
Mm-hmm.
It could be that, no? But not for sure. How about you guys let us know what you think down below?
Yeah, I think that wraps us up for today.
Adios.
See ya.